And people always say, what's the best group of people that you ever picked up? And I always tell them the Cowboys. I don't have to do this. I take off of work just to deal with the Cowboys because they are the dopest, the nicest people. And everybody always say, sir. And it makes me feel like I'm old as hell because everybody's saying sir. So, and then you guys are so damn nice. I said, can somebody say a curse word, please? And then it makes me feel much better. But no, the Cowboys are the best. These 2-3 weeks, whatever it is, I love it.
I don't know if we can say it any better than that. Welcome to Rodeo Vegas Live inside Rodeo Vegas at Resorts World. We just wrapped up round number 7, and we are eagerly awaiting that countdown to round 10 where we crown those great world champions. I'm Kadee Coffman. Alongside me, singer-songwriter all the way from Nashville, Kylie Fry. Kylie, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. That video makes me so happy.
How about that, Cabby?
That is so wonderful. We were eating at a restaurant last night, and I was with my cousin, and she was like, man, it really seems like the wait staff, everyone just really enjoys the Cowboys coming in here. It's so cool to see.
It is great to see, and I know the entire city of Las Vegas loves the sea of cowboy hats that come through the month of December.
I know I do.
Well, we have so much to get to, and I first want to really talk about your background. You're a cowgirl at heart.
Yes.
And not only that, my gosh, you have done all types of things inside and outside of the rodeo arena, so you're a real cowgirl's cowgirl. Where did that get started, and what are your family ties to rodeo?
You know, I come from a rodeo family. My dad was a saddle bronc rider, and my uncles were NFR qualifiers, and it's just kind of in our blood. And so when my sister and I were younger, it was a no-brainer. I mean, she and I just, like, we got the bug, you know. And
I think we even have a picture of you mutton busting. That was quite some time ago, but how about that?
That's my favorite picture of myself. That's my dad running right behind me.
Oh, that's great. You're way tougher than me. I never mutton busted. I never did that. But look at you hanging on.
I loved it.
Goat tying?
Yep. That was at the high school national finals. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh.
And I was a rodeo queen for a hot minute.
Yes, I love it.
My favorite way.
Kindred spirits.
Yes. My favorite way that I've ever been introduced on stage was welcome Kylie Fry, the ex-rodeo queen.
Oh. Not use the word former? No, we'll just go straight with ex.
Interesting, yeah. Interesting choice of words.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sure that your upbringing and your love for the Western way of life has really helped crafted your career in music, specifically country music.
Honestly, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if it wasn't for my rodeo roots. I wouldn't be doing half of the things in music that I would be doing. I met my managers through connections in rodeo, and I don't know, I just learned hard work and grit. I mean, this music business is no joke. It is not for the faint of heart, and sometimes it's a lot harder than goat tying, you know. But it really taught me those lessons that I needed to learn to just, you know,
cowgirl up,
push through. Yeah, cowgirl up. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I think about goat tying, you know, it's fastest time wins, and I'm sure in the music business can be pretty subjective.
That is hard.
Mm-hmm.
That has been a hard lesson for me, because I learned in rodeo, if you work hard, you put in the time and the effort, then it's gonna amount to something most of the time, right? And in the music business, it's not always that way. But we push through, we move forward, and it's fun, so that's good.
Moving to Nashville, did you feel like that really helped your career?
I think so. You know, I was told in the beginning if I wanted to play with the big dogs that I had to be in the ballpark. And so I moved to the ballpark, which was Nashville. And it's been about 7 or 8 years now, and it's probably the best thing that I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how has 2023 been for you? Did you tour anywhere, come up with any new songs? I know we're going to get to 2024, which is going to be a big year for you.
Yes, I wrote a lot of songs in 2023. Touring was great, but I was on a show called America's Got Talent, and so that kind of took up a lot of my time this past year, and that was an incredible experience, but it did take up a lot of my time on the road, so next year we're ready to hit it.
Okay, well, talk to us about America's Got Talent. That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
It really was. It really was. I was not expecting to ever be on that show. You know, maybe a singing show, right? But America's Got Talent, you're up against magicians and, you know, ventriloquists and a contortionist and all kinds of talent. And so to throw a country singer in there was pretty cool, honestly.
That's incredible. Before we toss to the party, 2024, you've got 4 songs coming out. Which one's your favorite and which one should we be on the lookout for?
Oh, I love them all. Okay, so I think my favorite right now this week, it's a song called I Hope You See Wild Horses. So I'm from South Louisiana, and I didn't really think that wild horses still existed because we don't see them. Sure. Had no idea. But we were headed to a Cody Johnson show in Arizona, and we had a couple wild horses riding alongside of the van, and it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wow. Okay, I can't wait to hear that. Yeah. And of course, I'm going to be here Friday night for your concert
Perfect.
here
I'll be
at Rodeo Vegas, December 15th. Sierra, you somewhere inside Rodeo Vegas? Are you having fun? Oh, you're with Rump. Of course you're having fun.
I had to grab my buddy Rump here. Mr. Rump, he is claiming that he is a fashion connoisseur.
I believe so. You know, after being out here at the NFR for so many years, I feel like every year there's new styles, there's new things that people are wearing. And you may not know this, but not just a rodeo clown. I'm a very big fashion connoisseur. I know what's in, I know what's out.
Okay, so let's test that theory here. Give us here the NFR do's and don'ts. What have you seen you liked? What have you seen that you hated?
Okay, for the do's, when you come out to the NFR, you're going to be walking at least like 30 miles a day. If you go to the trade show, when you come to Resorts World, when you come to Rodeo Vegas, wear comfortable shoes. No one cares how cute your shoes is. I've seen so many people walk in here like about to fall down because they wore their cute shoes that weren't comfortable. The do, wear your good shoes. Comfortable, okay? The don'ts. Wait, was that a do or don't?
You said it was a don't, and now it's a do?
It's a do or don't combo. Also, when you come to Rodeo Vegas or go to anywhere here in town, make sure that you bring in your outfit, okay, you want to bring big hair. The guys have been rocking the big hair, not the long hair, but like the hair, like the Justin Bieber hair, like the puffed out hair, the T. Parker Bull Rider hair underneath the cowboy hat. So puff your hair out, okay? That is in this year. White boots are in this year. Overalls, I would say overalls would be a don't as far as fashion, but I've seen, like, no joke, probably over 200 dudes in their mid-20s wearing overalls with, like, designer shirts on underneath. So I would say that's a don't. Don't wear overalls. We're in Vegas, all right? It's cool. Like, wear, you know, something like this. T-shirt combo with the suit coat.
Wow, that was a whole lot. I hope you guys wrote all that down. And I'm a little offended because I did wear my cute shoes. These are not comfortable to walk in. And you know what? I love them. So thank you so much for your time, Mr. Rump. I appreciate it.
Sierra,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Las Vegas fashion, baby. What?
I'm so sorry, everybody.
For a quick minute, I thought he was describing Lefty Holman with his flashy white boots and his hair kind of, you know, hanging outside his cowboy hat. And then we got to the overalls. I was like, yeah, that's not Lefty Holman. But hey, Jenna Paulette was able to make the set alongside Kylie Fry.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Love this girl. Love you.
Yes, so great to
here.
see you. And we know that traffic from Thomas and Mack is
Dear
pretty
Lord,
fierce.
it is pretty fierce. And I hopped in that Sprinter we were in, and we were just like, get there, okay?
Yes, whatever. Yeah, just whip and spur that
That's
all the way
right.
over
Whip
Resort.
and spur, haul a little ass, you know.
Well, we're so glad you're joining us. Before we get,
Absolutely.
we're going to play a really fun game with you and Kylie.
yay.
But before we get there, we have to give you credit where credit's due. You sang the national anthem tonight for Military Night, round 7.
Such
Can
an
we play
honor.
just a quick clip of that?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early what so proudly we at the
I always get chills listening to you. You know, we interviewed last year. You came on the set with us, and we sat there for way too long and talked about way too many great things, and you even sang for us. But I told you then, and I'm going to tell you again now, you know, Billy Minnick and Pam Minnick of Billy Bob's Texas.
Yes.
They still say that you are their very favorite who sings the national anthem.
Oh,
So
my gosh.
I know you rocked the house tonight
an
in Thomas
honor.
and Mack.
Thank you.
Was
so
it fun?
much. Yes, it was a dream come true. I know Kylie and I have very similar dreams in that category, just because it was how Reba got her start, and it's it's everything it's cracked up to be, in such a honor. I mean, in military
really
night,
is.
you know, just I cried when they handed me my buckle. I mean, it's just one of those things that even, you know, like all the guys out there, they're putting in their sweat and blood and tears into years of doing this, and we put in years of rejection, which is a different kind of hurt that costs us a lot. And then when we get the honor of finally getting to do that thing that we've dreamed about for so long, it's just life-changing, and that buckle means a hell of a lot to us too. So
It really does.
yeah.
Yes, well, and you know, we talked about Kylie's background being a cowgirl and
Yes.
inside and outside of the arena. You as a rancher, I follow
Yes.
you on Instagram, girl. You're branding
Instagram
every
is
other
great.
weekend.
Thank you.
Yes, I love watching that.
Thank
but
you.
we'll get to some fun questions. How about that? Some
Yes.
lightheartedness. This is
Love
just going to
it.
be quick, rapid fire,
Oh gosh. Okay.
and just quick answers. How
Okay.
about guilty pleasure, Jenna?
Oh my gosh. Guilty pleasure. Oh my gosh, watching like period pieces on Netflix. I mean, like Outlander. Guilty pleasure. Me and Lindsay Branquino.
Okay.
Outlander.
Kylie?
Oreos.
Oh my gosh, Oreos with peanut butter?
Yes, and pop them in the freezer.
Probably not for you, maybe, but it's like twice the calories, but so delicious for me.
That's so
Anything
good.
Oreo, I'm in.
Okay. Favorite rodeo event?
I like the bronc riding.
Yeah, saddle bronc. My dad was a saddle bronc rider.
Yeah.
I just think it's so poetic.
Oh
It's
gosh,
beautiful.
it's just gorgeous when they get in that rhythm, and beautiful.
Really dancing with them, huh?
Yep.
Favorite rodeo athlete, Kylie?
Probably Rocker Steiner.
He's so freaking fun to watch. He saw me tonight. He was like, "Good job." I was like, "I feel way cooler than I am, but thank you." You know. Yeah, and then Stevie Hillman, just
Yes.
on fire and fun to watch too. So
Musical idol or inspiration?
we probably have similar answers on this.
Probably so.
1, 2, 3.
Reba.
Okay, cool, great.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah, me too.
You kind of already answered this, but anything you binge watch?
Oh, I've got another answer, but you can go first. Okay, Great British Baking Show Junior.
Wait, I've been watching the holiday baking
It's
show.
so good. All of them. I just love them. But Junior, if you just want joy in your little life, like just watch Great British Baking Show Junior. It's just hilarious and so cute, and their little British accents just do things for my soul. So.
Mine is probably Friends.
Yeah.
That's like the most consistency that I have in my life because
Yes.
it's on in every hotel room.
So good. Yes.
That's such a true statement.
Yeah, that in The Office.
See, I didn't get into The Office.
You didn't? Oh, I love it. Gosh. Scott.
How much money would it take to get you on a bowl?
Oh, not much. $50.
I read a small bowl.
Yeah.
I
If
think
Jordan
I did,
Halverson
actually.
was with me and we're buds, I'd just tell her to put me on something, give me $50 afterwards, and buy my dinner.
Jordan is awesome.
She's so awesome. I freaking
What a
love
cool
that girl.
chick,
She's
right?
she's a badass. She came to my show in Abilene like 2 months ago, and we're friends because she was in my slow draw video, and she was like, "I'm just gonna fold your merchandise for you, Jen. It looks like you need some organization." And I was like, "You're not wrong. Thank you so much." And I felt so bad, but she's just the best. But yeah, it wouldn't take much to get me on a bowl, especially if she was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite city?
Probably. Is Fort Worth technically a city?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is, girl.
Probably Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
Fort
Fort
Worth.
Worth as well if I was going to have to go with like a city. If it wasn't a city, I would say Thackerville, Oklahoma, which is where my family's ranch was. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Biggest moment of your career so far?
I'm going to let Kylie answer this first.
I think mine was singing the anthem at the NFR. Yeah, because I got to do it in 2020.
Yes.
In Texas, which
I was there
awesome.
for your-
Were you there?
Yes, I was.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I was like, whoa! Like I lost my sorry, probably can't say that word, but I lost it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was so good.
I kind of got to have like two back to back. I got to do
2020 and 21?
Arlington and then 21. And
Vegas.
so, yeah, it was like I got to do it for the first time all over
Yeah,
again.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So great.
That's incredible. For
Yeah.
you, Jenna?
I mean, tonight for sure is up there for me, and then getting to play the Grand Ole Opry for the first time in August, which you
Yes.
got to do that this year too.
I did,
We're on a
yes.
very similar trajectory, and I'm not
I
sad
love
about it.
Me neither.
Cowgirls
Me neither.
forever. Long live cowgirls.
Yes.
It's playing in the background. So,
I love it. Celebrity you've unexpectedly met?
oh gosh. Oh man, I'm like, who have I met? I mean, Morgan. I've met Morgan. after a CMT awards thing in June of probably like 2019. It was a wild night. I mean, it was like Ernest and Morgan, and like everybody was around the piano, very intoxicated, singing every song we knew. It was fun, you know, like very random. But I would say that maybe. And then like Haley Joel Osment at Disneyland when I was like 8, which he was like a random celebrity at that point. But that was a random moment.
And I love
for
that
me.
you remember that.
I do.
Kylie?
It marked me. Okay.
I think mine is Chase Rice.
Okay.
He is a lovely human being.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is so wonderful.
When was this?
You look at him and he's so beautiful, and you would think that he
was
would
mean
not
or
be a
something.
nice person, but
Yeah.
he's one of the nicest people I've ever met.
I love that. When was it?
In Mexico this past year.
Oh, good. Y'all played that thing.
Yes.
I don't know what it was called, but
Boots
that
on the
thing.
Beach. Yes.
Boots on the beach.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Okay, well, I hate to wrap this up, but we've got to get partying here inside Rodeo Vegas.
party,
Kylie
baby.
Fry, Jenna Paulette, thank you so
Thanks,
much for
Katie.
coming by the set. I love seeing you
Absolutely.
both.
Thanks for putting us together too.
Yes.
This is so fun.
People don't usually do it. They're like 2 cowgirls.
We
no,
need
I'm
more
like,
I love
"We're
it,
cowgirl
baby."
hats in country
That's
music.
right.
We
Come on
welcome,
now.
we
That's
welcome
right.
all cowgirls to the set
right.
here. Sierra Spratt's another cowgirl. Who are you with, Sierra?
I am here with the founder of Rodeo Vegas, Mr. Casey Jones. Casey, how are you tonight?
Great. Really excited about tonight and finishing this out with a bang.
Well, we think you've done an amazing job here this year and every year for the last 20 years. So I hooked it up with my new friend, bartender Steve. Steve, what's up? All right, tell us that you made the signature cocktail just for Casey Jones. That's called, what is it called?
The 2410, just for Casey Jones. I know he works a lot, so I threw a little Red Bull in there, but it's the 2410 for Rodeo Vegas.
So that's 2410. What's that stand for?
24 hours, 10 nights.
Oh, I like it. All right, drink up. Let us know what you think.
That's right. Steve hasn't let me down all week. He's here every morning making the Bloody Mary rehabs. The Rodeo Vegas rehab Bloody Marys. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, that's legit.
Steve strikes again. Steve, do I get one or what's going on? I got one, right? Oh yeah, right here. This mine? Kenny? Mr. Kenny, this one's for you, boo. Thank you so much for judging last night's competition. They called it 2410. Do you like that name? You got a better one.
No, it's got to be better than that. I mean, everybody's using 24/7. This man cloned it. This man cloned 24/7. We don't want to name the drink for that. I say it needs to be a titty baby because this smells. It smells good. It tastes good. Like something a titty boy would drink. Not a real drink, but a half man drink. That's what I'm gonna call it.
I really regret bringing Kenny on. Thank you so much. Casey, thank you so much. And bartender Steve, thank you so much. Kenny, I'm staying with 2410. 2410.
I'm going to stick with 2410 as well, Sierra. You never know who you're going to run into in Rodeo Vegas. Alongside me, 8-time NFR qualifier, no one other than Coleman Proctor. Coleman, thanks for coming on the set.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I know it was, like I said to Jenna, a quick rush over from the Thomas and Mack, but you had a double header today. How was that?
Hey, it was a lot of fun. You know, it was interesting having a slack performance over there at the Thomas and Mack, but really neat how they let all the first responders and the police officers come in and bring their family and enjoy the rodeo. It was great time, and they kept the liveliness to it because you were a little worried. Like, man, I don't want to feel like we're at Nampa, Idaho in the slack. You know, I want to feel like we're at the national finals, baby.
Right.
But man, they had the music jamming, and people were rowdy, and it was fun, and that's what the magic of the Thomas and Mack is.
We have so much to get to as we break down round 7 and a little bit of round 6 respectively, but I can't help but go back to round 5 last night, and man, you have a great perspective on this, by the way. I've already watched your video on Facebook, but this was a really tough call, Coleman.
Oh, you know, if you rodeo long enough, you're going to get good calls and bad calls. I think the main thing to focus on, no matter what, for all cowboys and cowgirls and everybody out there, you're going to get good calls and bad calls. Don't gripe about the bad ones or you'll never get the good ones. And that was my good friend Shane O'Hato, and even though it was a 33-1, I still had to give him a high five, and he was still wanting me to get over there and bump knuckles with him. And it was a great run. It was a lot of fun. My horse has been working great. You know, unfortunately, it's a call that obviously I would love to have gone the other way, but you know, you got to respect the judge's decision. And I got to say, I kind of admire, and this is not a great, people aren't going to agree with this a lot, right? But a crossfire rule for everybody that's out there, if the steer has to switch and be beginning his stride forward. And what changed this year in the rule was that you could release your rope at any time. It just can't make contact with the steer's legs before he is moving forward. And so on our run last night, when you break it in slow motion, it was a legal shot in a lot of opinions. But I got to say, I look up to that judge for being able to make that call on that stage, because you're asking these guys to make hard calls. And when you got things like the national title, the world title, and on the line, and right there's a world record, an arena record on the biggest stage there is in rodeo, and for that guy to say, no, this is how I saw it, and put his foot in the ground, I kind of have to respect the stones of a man. That's a real cowboy.
Well, and I think for my respect to you, your objectivity and your optimism, I guess that's what's kept you going for so long, and your consistency. Not to mention, you did pull off a round 3 win. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. It was good. Obviously, too, I had a great banker. You know what I mean? That's another thing that's going to help me continue my career here. But, yeah, we've had a good week, and we were very prepared coming in the national finals, and I felt like we could do some great things this week. The week hasn't shaped up quite like we have, but that's Vegas, man. That's the national finals. We put a lot of stress. There is nowhere else in the world that you're going to see this kind of stress for this long a week. You got 2 weeks that you're in Vegas. You've got everything breathing down on you. Everything about your year comes down to these 10 performances. And ideally, you want to have the week that Clint Summers and Jake Long are having, but sometimes the cookie doesn't crumble that way. Look at big Will Loomis in the steer wrestling. That guy's never had a bad finals, it seems like. And then here, he's just catching all the wrong breaks at all the wrong times. So, that's just your cowboy, and you're a rodeo cowboy, and this is what we do for a living. You just got to enjoy it. You got to ride the highs and ride the lows, and be willing to put your name down whenever the books open tomorrow.
Right. Well, another high and a low moment, we need to look back at last night and Kai Hamilton and the bull riding. That was probably one of the rankest wrecks that I've seen in quite some time. And not only that, we're going to play it back here.
And I really compared this to Bodash's meeting up with Tough Hedeman. Did you not, Kadee?
Wow.
That was the hardest hit I've ever seen in my life, watching bull riding. And then shows up this morning. Come on now. You got to – tonight he wins the round for everything. Today he rides for 85.5. Amazing ride. And there wasn't a lot of people in the stands compared to what there was tonight for a full sold-out perp, but that place was electric. I don't watch all the bull riding all the time, and I was on my feet. Tonight I watched him, last bull rider out, only man to cover, $89,000. That man had a $99,000 Wednesday after a concussion on a Tuesday. You guys think your day job's hard, right? We had to pull a little overtime, and I'm tired, and I don't want to show up for work tomorrow. That man had a concussion and a $99,000 Wednesday.
Unbelievable. A broken rib, a bruised lung, a concussion. We have a shot at 1:38 a.m. last night in the hospital. He spent the night in the hospital, told Tandy, listen, I know that you want me to sit out for round 6. I'm not. I'm going to get on that bull this morning. Look at who he's surrounded by.
My favorite is you got Dusty Tuckness, JB Mooney, and Stetson Wright, and he's sitting there complaining. He's like, hey, guys, listen, I can't literally turn out with these 3 guys around me, And Dusty Tuckness and I, we actually kind of shared the same injury this year. It was a pinky situation. Mine was from the steer rope, and his was from trying to get a bull rider who was hung up. But it was the same injury, and I like to say that our timeline was the exact same. I'm just as tough as Dusty Tuckness, by the way.
Hey, you want to talk about some toughness and then some tough luck. Shad Mayfield, 6-1.
How amazing was that run? And you got to feel bad for Haven Medjid. Breaks a record of how many years? A couple decades old. Shad tied it the other day. Amazing run here. These calf ropers are amazing. The way they can control their slack, the way he puts it together. And Haven Medjid, known for being so solid. And what I love to see tonight was how he laid it on the line and he went for first.
Yes,
and then you throw your hat, you celebrate as you rightfully should, Haven Medjid. I'm a fan. And then the next guy, it's like being Coleman Proctor in the team roping and having Dustin Negaskiza behind you. This was the greatest run I've ever seen in my life. I was actually sitting in the contestant hospitality.
Really?
You can't see the clock, but I knew he'd beat him. I didn't realize he was 6'1" at the time, but I knew he had beat him. And then this is the best part. Obviously not the best part. Calf gets up, and it's like, oh, my God. But look at the Junior Nogueira layback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Junior thinks it's special. That's what Shad Mayfield does whenever it's a bad day at the office. He lays it back like that.
Yep, and he knew it was gold.
I really want to know how close it was, too, because he did ride up and ask the judge. The judge was very transparent about what he had on his whistle. And I'll have to say that, man, Shad Mayfield, obviously I'm a huge, huge fan.
Who is it?
A terrible break tonight. There's been some records fall this week. We're going to see a lot of cool stuff. Jake Long winning 3 out of the first 4 rounds with his partner Clint Summers. Hasn't been done since Rich Skelton. Now they're up to 4 go-rounds, and I think maybe there's been Bobby Hurley and Alan Bach win 5 of the last 10 in '93.
Well, we've got a lot more rodeo left. Rounds 8, 9, or 10 are coming at you for the second and final weekend of the National Finals
There's
Rodeo.
going to be this hot Okie from Pryor, Oklahoma. Get hot, win the last 3. You never know what happens.
And then you're welcome back on this stage anytime, Coleman.
It's Vegas, baby.
Thanks for joining us here at Rodeo Vegas Live. Hey, catch us here right back tomorrow evening.